in the pools. How many pools did you end up getting into? Any of them?
Okay, so I did one bracket, did it last night.
Okay.
And then I'm in numbers pools though. 8,
Oh, yeah, good.
3. 8 and 3.
Are those for every game's final?
Every game final.
Ooh,
So
all right, I like
so
that.
like a 58-53, 68-53, 53-48. Anything that ends in 3-8, either way, right or wrong way. It doesn't matter.
Not bad. Well, that should be fun. Badgers tip off today, 12:50 against High Point. We'll get to that eventually today here. Brewers have some announcements, some injury updates to get to as well. The Bucks in shambles, of course, as they have been. And we're going to fill out our own show bracket for Inside Wisconsin Sports, and we're going to sign it with Trevor and Josh, and we should try to pick every game the opposite as to what we are thinking.
Might do a little bit better.
Let's see if we can go as bad as possible. Let's play catch up, and I don't know, I'm going to try this, and I'm scared to do it on my own the first time.
Packers.
Oh, all right. That wasn't so bad. The first one is pretty meaningless. There's not a whole lot going on with the Green Bay Packers right now. We're in rumor season, Tim, so everything's just a rumor. There's not a lot of news to report, but a couple of news and notes to steal your trademark there. A.J. Dillon heading over to the Panthers on a 1-year deal. We got the inside information on another Panthers deal with that Rasheed Walker contract, Tim. A lot of people expecting him to be the number 1 tackle on the market this offseason, and he ends up with a 1-year deal. What was reported as $10 million, it's actually only a guaranteed $3 million with incentives up to $10 million.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you do incentives on an O lineman, but I mean, there's metrics that kind of measure those sorts of things. And why wouldn't they just keep him would be the question. I guess.
Yeah, I guess for that money, they have that much faith in Jordan Morgan. And Rasheed Walker, quite frankly, in 25, I don't think he played up to let's keep this guy on our team standards, if it would be. The other little news and note, Red Beatty, Jack Knoll, former equipment managers, have been selected to receive Pro Football Hall of Fame Award of Excellence for equipment managers. All right, they're people too, Tim. Remember the equipment managers.
Well, yeah, I mean, they how do you measure equipment managers?
Helmets cleaned.
Log on to MLB Network and then go to Brian Kinney, and then he'll have all sorts of head spinning numbers.
Jock straps delivered by these guys. It's it's Hall of Fame. It's Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
The chin straps that he provides they're amazing.
Helmets tightened, yes. Face mask, visors screwed on. The Red and Jack Knoll at the top. But congrats to them. And then kind of a little bit of a different just NFL news and note. Did you see that they're preparing for replacement refs in 2026
just read that.
I feel like that's PTSD all over again for this community if they hear a line like that.
Did not go well last time this happened.
No.
And no offense to the fill-in refs, but I've always said for years, Tommy, that how in the world are there not more full-time referees in the NFL?
Or that it's not a full-time, like, didn't they just get this so that they could be their own full-time jobs? Wasn't that the whole last, that was the whole last CBA or whatever it was with them?
If I'm not mistaken, there's some maybe 15 that are full-time. There's not many that are full-time NFL referees.
Yeah, that's just,
I mean, think about that. If these guys are business owners, they're accountants, they're lawyers, they're busy. They've got jobs to do. And by the way, I'm going to go down to the football field and let's see, it would be, where did you go? In Hales Corners? Didn't you go to high school there, or where'd you go?
I went to Cudahy. Yeah,
Cudahy. Yeah. By the way, I got this Cudahy football game to. No, this is super important, and there's billions to go around here. Think about a referee, how he's got let's say he's a lawyer. I mean, lawyers work hard. They work countless hours. How much more beneficial would it be if that NFL referee, that was his full-time job, and he studied out, a handsy receiver
Sure.
that he's got this coming Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it would improve the game. So NFL needs to get their stuff together. First of all, get a deal done with the NFL referees and then get more full-time refs.
Yes, NFL Ref Association Scott Green brought up two concerns over the latest collective bargaining agreement. Number one, increased vulnerability to gambling concerns with replacement officials and enforcement of player safety rules when size and speed of the game will be unfamiliar, to say the least.
Well, I mean, that the safety is an issue. If you have a 78-year-old man out there running around.
We just talked to John Kuhn yesterday, who basically craves contact at this point. I mean, that's
true. Looking for it.
Yeah, just love that stuff. Love that stuff. Moving on.
Brewers.
The Milwaukee Brewers, some big news that a new entertainment district will be heading to American Family Field. Brewers are going to be opening up a UW Credit Union Plaza.
About time.
Rick Schlesinger on helping out with the credit union additions.
You've got some renderings of a really fun and neat project that we're undertaking. It's an outdoor plaza. It's the UW Credit Union Plaza. It's going to be behind center field. There's going to be two phases. The first phase, which we believe will be ready for June, just in time for hopefully when the temperatures get above 60. You're going to have a mini golf area. You're going to have a kids playground. You're going to have a musical stage. You're going to have a beer garden in phase one. Phase two is going to have some concessions and some other attractions. It's really designed for fans who are looking for a great space pregame to bring their kids, bring their families, have a social environment. Tailgating is always popular, but we're seeing a little bit of decline in the number of people at tailgate. But we're also seeing at the same time a lot of our fans asking, are there things to do outside the ballpark, when the weather's warm before the gates open? And, we did a lot of research, and this project's going to be, I think, a huge hit with our fans. And again, it's open to the public. It's not going to be free, obviously. I mean, it's going to be free, obviously pay food and beverage, but the attractions will be free. And I think it's a great gathering space. And it also has opportunities for non-game day usage. So again, phase one should be ready and open to the public in June, and then phase two will be open in 2027.
Tim, did you hear decline in tailgating? Has that been something that you has that caught your attention at all?
It did. It did. And I think maybe we'll get into more of that entertainment area surrounding AmFam tomorrow morning. I think that's worth discussing a little bit. Tailgating does have some infrastructure that's a little bit of work. I mean, you got to gather a lot of things to do it right. I mean, when we were younger, well, about your age, Tommy, you just throw a grill out there. You didn't even think of, who brought the mustard? Oh, man, no one brought mustard. Did you bring a fork, tongs to turn the brat? No. I got the buns and brats. And that's about it. There's way more that goes into a good tailgate than meets the eye. So I could see that is starting to decline a touch. Now, the entertainment around the park, did you hear him say music stage?
I did.
Oh, that's got Conviction concert all over it.
Dude, Tim, national anthem or Conviction concert outside American Family Field?
You know what, Tommy, I don't think I told you this. I've been asked to do national anthems a lot around a lot of parks. And at first I was, I'll consider that. Then I see these things that go viral.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to screw one thing up. And then, So, but the entertainment part of it around the park, this should have been done a long, long time ago. Sparky and I talked about this decades ago, literally decades ago, about why isn't there an entertainment district surrounding that park? Come on, guys.
You've seen what it's done for the Deer District. We'll talk a little bit more about it later on in the program today. Brewers in spring training, a split squad. They lose 4-3 against the Angels in one of those games. Luis Rengifo with a homer in that one. 7-3 against the Seattle Mariners. And Jake Bowers. That's right. He also went yard yesterday in the contest as well. However, a couple of injury updates on this one. Kyle Harrison with a little bit of a blister, only went 3 innings. Pat Murphy had some words on Kyle Harrison. And Tim, wait for the end of this clip, and I think it'll get you. This could be a topic that we might have to adapt on the fly today. All right.
And Harrison, is this something that popped up or that he's been dealing with?
He's had issues with this in the past. It has a lot to do with how he's gripping his changeup and what transpires from there. You know, he cut his nail in order so it didn't cut into how it's a new grip on his changeup, and that produced the blister. And it's done it a little bit in the past, so something we want to get under control early.
Do you anticipate it being something that makes it missing?
I think he'll be on track soon.
Do you think he'll stay right on schedule, or will it have to be amended a little bit?
No, I mean, maybe a day.
If he's healthy,
we got him out of there way, that's why we made the decision so late. Like, why risk it,
assuming he's healthy, is he or any of your starters been advised about no tuitions?
But he's the guy you certainly will count on.
Yeah.
Based on what you've seen.
Him and Sproat.
Oh, what?
Brandon Sproat.
Him and Sproat. Is that what he just said at the end there?
Is Sproat in?
Is Sproat in? Did we just break news right there, Tim?
We'll have to tell him like we told Chad Patrick.
Yeah, I can't believe I was listening at that. I was Kurt Hogue, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, with that sound. And I thought, all right, let me hear this update on the blister. Nothing's too bad. Everything's great. And then right at the end, him and Sproat. What?
Wait, what?
That's the guy everyone's wondering if he's going to make the team or not, isn't it?
Yeah, and well, now you gotta consider Gasser. I mean, this Harrison blister, you just heard it. Doesn't seem like it's going to affect too much of him being in the rotation to break camp. But boy, would it be nice to have a veteran starting pitcher in the fold here, just in case.
You really wanted Jose Quintana back,
just in case.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
At this point, I don't care who it is. I really don't.
Wade Miley? You want a Wade Miley return?
Sure.
Yeah, he's 39. He's still out there.
I would take that in a heartbeat, not only for on the field, but his off the field effect.
Yeah, he's a clubhouse guy on top of it. Yeah. A couple other things, a new Euchre documentary with a sneak preview that's coming after opening day. We'll talk about that later on in the show. And Quinn Priester to throw a bullpen on Saturday. Hopefully that means that's good news as well, Tim,
really?
During that.
Oh, that's huge news.
Huge news.
That is huge news in Brewer land. A couple of night games to think about. Woody tonight, Mizorowski tomorrow night. So a couple of night games heading into the weekend. You can spin around the dial and watch your March Madness and then check in on the Brewers. But night games, these games were moved to the nighttime because of the heat wave in Arizona.
Yeah, glad we didn't go that time. It couldn't have been more perfect 2 weeks ago. I mean, everyone was like, this is hot for Arizona, and it just snowed right before we had left. So 2026 championship season incoming.
Badgers.
Oh, maybe for the Badgers too. That would be a good one.
Maybe.
They play today as they will take on High Point in that 5-12 matchup, 12:50 tip in Portland. Then they will play the winner of Hawaii and Arkansas. Played that at the top for John Blackwell and Jack Janicki, talking about how confident they feel in the first weekend. Couple more quotes here from Nick Boyd, John Blackwell, and Jack Gorlock.
I've definitely been in their shoes before, in a sense, and I know they're going to come out ready to fire and be aggressive and try to punk us a little bit, but that's our job to kind of weather that storm and do as best as we can.
Very good team, obviously 31 team, so we just got to shut the transition off, make them play a half-court game, and shut the confidence off.
They're a really, really good team. Obviously, they won 30 games this year. Fast-paced team. I think they're maybe top 10 in the country in their pace. Really, really, really good on defense, trying to get steals, being the gaps heavy. So I think they're going to be a really good team. They're obviously playing the Big South, won their league there, so they're a good team. It'll be a fun game.
Will Gorlock, sorry, Jack Janicki on the brain there. That audio courtesy Andrew Branstra, Channel 3000. Tim, you'll get up for the Badgers in the tournament, though, right? At least.
No, I'll catch up afterwards. I mean, I'll read all about it. Check online, social media. I'll roll tape on it just to get a glimpse of what's going on.
Well, maybe they should be more considerate of 12 to 3 Grandpa Nap hours here.
That's right.
And then you can be on top of it. But still excited for the game today. We had Bart Lundy on yesterday, UWM basketball head coach on the Mason Crosby show. Found out he had coached at High Point for X amount of years during that time as the head coach there, as well as a couple other teams making their first ever appearance. Queens in Charlotte. He was the head coach there for a long time, and he's picking St. Louis as an upset too. Not any bias reasons, but has a couple of assistants there as well. From one 2026 championship season to one fiasco.
Bucks.
The Milwaukee Bucks, Tim. Some news coming out yesterday on the disagreement between Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks and his playing status. You will not believe who reported it, Tim. You're not going to believe it.
Malika, once again, the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo are in disagreement about where his future is at. Right now, it's about his playing status. And the Milwaukee Bucks, sources tell me, want Giannis to shut down for the remainder of the season with his latest injury, the hyperextension in his knee that he suffered the other day. That's his 5th injury of the year. He's had a groin injury, 2 calf strains, an ankle injury. Now they want him not to play the rest of the year. They have tried for him to shut down. Giannis, though, has refused them wanting to shut him down. He has made it clear to John Horst, the Bucks general manager, and the Bucks staff that he will not shut himself down, that he intends to return to play this season. He has been adamant in the last 24 hours. I don't care if the Bucks are going to try to shut me down. I am playing the rest at some point the rest of this season. And so this is just another one of the situations. We know what happened at the deadline. We know what happened in the offseason when there were trade conversations, and Giannis informed the Bucks that he believed it was time to move on. But right now, this is a Bucks team whose playoff odds are significantly dwindled as the last several weeks of the season go on. But Giannis and the Bucks in disagreement about how the next few weeks should play out.
Well, Shams reporting that on ESPN. Did he not sound a little scared reporting that, Tim? Just like he's probably just knows that his bosses are like, we need some more Giannis news. We need some more Giannis news. And he's sitting there like, everything I say has been wrong about this guy. And I feel as if now I don't even want to believe him at this point, because he hasn't said a whole lot that has worked out. Maybe there was some truth to it. I don't think he's making anything up. But if Giannis ends up getting shut down for the rest of the year, or if Giannis ends up playing and we hear that there was no discourse like we have heard in these stories with Shams, he's just got to give it up at some point, Tim.
Well, that's part of the problem. I think it's a bigger problem in journalism as a whole. And I think what we're leaning toward, not just in sports, Tommy, but just all around news, certainly the political world, but now the sports world, what's happening, certain outlets are reporting opinion as their headline.
Yes.
That I have a problem with.
A massive
and
problem.
I don't remember that being such a case years ago. You know, you throw up a headline from, USA Today Sports, someone says, and it's a splashy headline, and all it is, just take a step back and just read it a little bit and just wait a second. You're just reporting Charles Barkley says, and then you look at certain outlets that report that as, wow, look at this, and then there's nothing there but this dude's opinion. And I'm not knocking these guys' opinions, not at all. Everyone's got one, me too. Very strong at times. That's not the headline. The news should be the headline, the actual hard facts. Now, is there a tug of war between Giannis and the Bucks? I'm going to say probably.
We assume.
Yeah, just probably. I'm not going to, jump up and down and say, wow, this is hard news, scientific fact. I personally would leave it up to Giannis. You want to play? Nobody should play with fear of injury.
No.
And so let him play basketball, man. Consult. I'm sure they have. Consult with Giannis. Say, how do you want to handle this down the stretch here? You think we can get on a run and maybe get that play in or whatever? Leave really talk to him about it and come up with a determination. But there probably is a tug of war between the two.
Right now, the Bucks currently sit at the 11 spot, 6.5 games out from that 10 spot to make it into the play-in. Things not looking good in Milwaukee right now. But again, this is no new news. There's no new news, Tim, and there's always news to report on them, and there's no new news, and that's the part of it that infuriates me. We brought it up at the beginning of Let's Play Catch Up here. It is a new entertainment district coming to American Family Field. How you feeling about that? Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250 if you want to be a part of the program. Let's talk about it on the other side. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports. No Trevor, no Josh. Yes, Tim. Yes, Tommy. Welcome back inside Wisconsin sports without Trevor and Josh. Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen in for the boys. A wow there, Tim? Another conviction song?
No, but it should be. Isn't that a Dio song?
Oh, Tim. I mean,
Holy Diver.
It's before my life started. I don't know what you want me to ask you Keystone Cop questions here. Like
Dio.
Yeah. I got some Sinatra I can ask you about if you remember that. I mean,
sure.
Yeah.
Tommy James Dio.
Okay. Welcome back. Couple of news and notes real quick before we get back to the program. Wanted to let you guys know if you heard it in the promo or if you didn't, make plans to watch college basketball today with John Kuhn, Rami Makloff, Mitch Thundernellis, and Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. as all three shows. That is 9 to noon, the Mason Crosby Show and Wisconsin Sports Daily will broadcast live from the Annex at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Potawatomi bet above the rest. And we got the email yesterday, so I'm going to read this today, and I'll just ask for forgiveness if I need to. Opening day, we have the lineup out here. So a couple of things to note. Kelly's Bleachers, if you want to go say hi to Sparky at any time, 11 to 1, he's going to be there. All right. Sparky will be at Kelly's Bleachers 11 to 1. Now, from the Potawatomi Casino in the Annex, John Kuhn, Rami Makloff, 9 to noon is actually 9 to 11 because Tim Allen and myself, 11 to 1, it'll be the leadoff show. We're all right back into it. We will do the post-game show from the end of the game until 6 o'clock as well at the same time. Going to be a great week next week, Tim.
So we're going to be at Potawatomi Sportsbook?
We will.
Okay, for the leadoff show?
Yes.
11 to 1.
Yes.
Then we hang out during the game like a watch party?
Correct.
Then we do post-game show from the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
We're going to be there a long time.
That'll be a long day.
I'm sure you won't put any money in any machine that entire time.
No, not at all.
I mean, I guess.
And some may surprise you. I will play some futures.
Okay.
Baseball futures. You might not like what I'm going to do.
Oh, no.
You might not like it, but hey, money's money.
It's an emotional hedge. Is that what you're going to do?
I think so. I already have some money on the Brewers. I already laid down some money on the Brewers to win the division.
Okay.
Didn't get great value on it. I think plus 270.
Yeah, that's a long ways to wait for plus 270.
Now, if you recall last year on May 31st, I put $100 on them and they were to win the division. They were plus 1,600. My goodness.
What a week. Well, Tim, it's perfect for this next segment. I have questions.
When things just don't add up, Trevor and Josh ask the hard questions or just point out how messed up stuff is.
I only have one question. Can you fly this plane and land it? Surely you can't be serious.
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year.
What's the most important question the Badgers have to answer Saturday?
This is a great question. Oh my God, this is a great question.
It's time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
The Nicolay Law talk and text line, 414-677-1250. That's the number to join the show. If you have a question, you can get professional advice from Tim Allen, and then I'll chip in too. But we have a question here on the Nicolay Law talk and text line that before we get into our topic, I think it's nice to showcase some of the fan questions, and it comes from our Let's Play catch-up from earlier question. Not being a smarty about it. If you were an NFL referee, what would you do better? What do you believe would be difficult? And what would you not want to mess up? From Bob in Minneapolis. Thanks for listening, Bob.
I would do more attention. I would do more studying, do more prep. I mean, that's the first thing I would do. Now, does my real job, that's the problem I have here. Does my real job get in the way of doing additional prep, full-time prep, laser focus on some of these cornerbacks that get a little handsy on a receiver? That to me would benefit the game itself. So I would do much, much more prep, but there aren't, to my knowledge, and again, I'm no expert on the NFL referee bargaining agreement with the NFL, but I don't think there's that many full-time referees.
Well, and I think you need to find that line of subjectivity that goes into objectivity for you as well. Like, as long as you are, what did we always say before the umpires became robots, Tim? Like, just keep it consistent. If you're going to call that low strike, call it all day. Call it for both teams. If you're going to call that outside strike, call it all day. Call it for the same team. What do you mean you hate it? At least you can adjust.
Hey, no, I shouldn't have to adjust when there's a rule book. It's right there. That's the strike zone. It's right there in the rule.
The rule book for pass interference is subjective.
Is it?
I think so.
If it has an impact on the play.
Okay, and
so
what's an impact? Did he catch? Can you not catch the ball? Because there's pass interference and you catch the ball.
I mean, to have your hand on the hip of a wide receiver, does that impact the actual play?
Again, I would say that if you're going off of impact, then you would have to prove that he would not have caught the ball or would not have gotten as far as he's gotten because of the contact on the play. If we're looking for proof and impact, like then it has to be, well, if he catches the ball, it wasn't pass interference enough, at least.
Now you could say that the hand on the hip impacts it in this regard. It allows the cornerback to feel the move instead of just reacting to the sight of the move.
Yeah.
So you could make that argument to some degree. Yes, it is. But I do think just, this little alligator arm push off,
right,
that some of these stud receivers do, and it acts like it's a juke move when the reality is it's kind of a push.
Yeah, it's Jordan against the Jazz is really what it is.
Okay, fair enough. And so if I studied that out on DK Metcalf, for example, what does he do when he makes that move? I think they'd be better at their craft if they spent more time studying DK Metcalf.
Well, I also think that if you're going to study and the impact of moves, like you're going to be call holding on every single offensive lineman, every single play.
Well, let's get in there as an NFL referee. Hey, man, Rashid. Hey, Walker, I've been watching you this week. You're not going to get away with that, man. Come on.
Gosh, I want Tim to be a ref so bad.
You ain't getting away. Hey, Rashid, you're not getting away with it.
You wouldn't take anyone's business. I know you would. You're just
and I'd laugh about it.
Yeah, you would be.
I know what you're up to.
Oh,
I know exactly what. Last week against the Panthers, Rashid, you ain't getting away with that this week.
It's just the FCC unfriendly referee Tim Allen talking about how we might fix NFL officiating if there is replacement ref. I would like to apply to be a replacement ref. That's actually what I would like to know. Are they taking open applications? Do I need to go with the college level or something first? I wonder if they're just pulling guys off the street in order to be replacement refs.
I think there's a succession plan of sorts in the NFL. I think that they would have this grouping that, hey, you didn't make the cut last couple of years, but we know you've been doing SEC games for a million years, and you're next on the list. Do you want to fill in? And again, as we said last segment, that didn't go well a few years ago when they did this.
It did not. You can tell the difference in spring training of the guys who are MLB umpires and minor league umpires based on strike zones and challenge and ABS now. It'll be something to watch in baseball for sure. And if it does happen again in the NFL. Real quick, Tim, got a couple of minutes left here. You are happy, it sounds like, with the Brewers entertainment area and district at American Family Field. 414-677-1250. Are you happy about American Family Field adopting a fan entertainment area in the UW Credit Union Plaza? It is what it's called. There's going to be two phases to this, and Rick Schlesinger was asked about both of those and when they should be expected?
2 phases right now, just because I think at some point we're gonna run out of space. We're not going to take the entire plaza for this area, but I think we've got so many attractions and so many ideas for the space that we could do it in 2 phases. And by 2027 opening day, all of it will be done, and I think it'll be a great hit with the fans.
Which part of it will be ready for by June?
The mini golf, the musical stage, the beer garden, that should be done for phase 1, and the kids area. And then phase 2 will be more fixed concessions and some other infrastructure that has a longer lead time.
All right, Tim, now we got a timeline here. If you text Rick Schlesinger today, what if you're doing opening day concert there? I'll let you leave the Potawatomi Annex.
This year?
This year? Oh, I guess June, right? It's June for the first phase. But then 2027 opening day,
sure.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, and we'll do the leadoff show from there in 27 because there will be baseball.
Okay. All right. Sounds like he's confident talking about the plaza being ready.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. There's a couple of different things here. First, there's fans that just simply, hey, let's go down and check out the game. I have the monthly pass, or I have someone gave me tickets. Let's go check out the game for a little bit, and then we'll get out of there. There's the other fan base that looks at a Brewer game as an event, as an outing, the total package. We're going to get there and we're going to do this, and then we're going to hit the fan shop, and we're going to let the kids run around, and there's the kids corner or whatever, and then we're going to sit down and watch the game, and here's what we're going to eat, and et cetera, et cetera. And then after the game, we're going to do this, that, and the other thing. There's a good chunk of people that really believe that, and I love it, that this is an outing instead of a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a hardcore sports fan, if I want to go out and have a couple of beers, I go with my buddies and I'll hit Water Street or whatever.
Sure.
But there's that other side that, they want this an event. Now, I hope what I hope doesn't happen is that this is look at this mini golf. This is your mini golf course. It's got a bunch of wooden things. They're not.
It's a putting green, right. Really, more than it is anything else.
The clown's nose,
yes.
And it happens to be Bernie, and real hokey. And I doubt it's going to be like that. And then you just pull up a food truck. It's the same as you'd see at your Little League game. The little food concession. You got chips? No, we're out of chips, and that sort of thing.
Put jalapenos on those nachos, damn it. I know.
You get a little stage over there where the band sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't believe that that's going to be the case here. I could see this blowing up as some structures built in there. And one maybe you get a title bar restaurant.
Yeah, like they did with Line and Google's now in the Barrel Yard or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
This could blow up to a bunch of structures out there where it's a permanent kind of thing. I love this. I've been wanting this for quite some time. There's enough. I mean, look at the attendance here. We're looking at 81 home dates, and on average, what did they average last year? 28,000, 29,000.
Well, wasn't it the most shutouts or sellouts rather since 2008 too?
And at times 40,000 plus.
Yeah,
I mean that would be cool to extend that outing. Your day of entertainment is not done after the game.
From the 920, the plaza sounds great. They should buy more land and build a hotel that we can walk to the game. How do you think you feel about that idea, Tim?
It's just all the area around there. Let's start building that up to, again, I remember talking to some of the officials on the air about the Deer District when they were first getting going on this. And I loved the idea of that's part of the outing. Have a couple of beers before you go on in. Maybe have a bite to eat. Maybe catch some entertainment.
Get a little sense of communion before you go out there, right?
That's right.
I got you.
That's right. And this could be built up. You may build it up to get a fan shop, one of your fan shops outside, a brewer fan store, apparel store, right outside the stadium, so you don't have to go in.
All good stuff happening at the Milwaukee Brewers. A new UW Credit Union Plaza coming to American Family Field in June of this year. A couple phases will be done, or the first phase will be done by 2027 opening day.
And we'll have our own booth.
Yeah, right.
Tim and Tommy palm reading booth.
Palm the kissing booth with Tim Allen right there. Yeah. Sign up right there. We're going to get to the most electrifying sound of the day. And Tim, a little sneak preview for you. I'm leaving Wisconsin because this was way too good to pass up for me. And you know what? If Josh and Trevor aren't here, they don't make the rules. All right. We're doing their benchmarks already. I'm playing whatever sound I want to play from 6 to 9. It is Inside Wisconsin Sports, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
It's time for
The most electrifying
sound of the day.
The most electrifying
On Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Brought to you by Best Electric. Learn more at bestelect.com. Don't stress. Connect with the best.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait, Tim, to play this for you. It is Inside Wisconsin Sports. Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen in for Trevor Thomas and Josh Albrecht. The Miami of Ohio basketball team, well, more of the student section, well, more of the swim team is the courtesy of our most electrifying sound of the day. Tim, imagine you are trying to shoot a free throw and a bunch of men in Speedos are on the other side of you.
Jim, they took your swimsuit.
Those guys weren't in the pool this morning.
Oh, no. You could potentially blame it on the Speedos.
Oh, man. The Miami of Ohio swim team goes to all of their games, Tim, and they wear their Speedos in the student section. Nothing else.
Fun.
Just their Speedos, and stand behind the opposing free throw, the opposing goal, basket, whatever you call it. That is the most electrifying sound of the day, brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, no job is too big or too small. No Speedo is, for that matter, either, for Best Electric. Don't stress. Connect with the best. Call them today or visit bestelect.com. Tim, if Miami of Ohio makes a deep run, the men's swim team has a chance to be March icons during this stretch.
They do. And those of you in our listening areas, you can admit it. You had a Speedo. You can admit it. It's okay.
This is not the first admit it you had a Speedo conversation I've had with Tim Allen already.
I had one. Yeah. It was purple. Had a purple one.
Why? Why was it purple?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't even remember buying it. I just knew I had one. I don't even know where I got it.
It was just, oh, man.
I mean, we're looking at 1981.
Yeah, I get it.
So
Purple was in back then. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, maybe. And jean shorts.
Yeah.
Like frayed up jean shorts.
Tim, you
dudes.
still kind of look like you could rock a mean pair of jean shorts if you had. Do you have one just sitting around if you need it?
I do not.
No.
My son would kill me. He's a Kardashian.
We should get Conviction with a jean short concert, like on top of it. Have all you guys in them.
I mean, I finally got into wearing my slides without socks. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Just one step at a time.
One step at a time. One slide.
I think feet are ugly. That's why.
So,
feet are just nasty. All feet are ugly.
Socks are just Speedos for your feet, Tim.
Yeah, that's it. And so I felt super comfortable. I know a lot of guys felt super comfortable having the socks on with the slides. And then it, come to find out that you look like you're from the Mesozoic era. Don't do that. People aren't staring at your feet, Tim. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. Most electric sound of the day. Good for Miami of Ohio. Their first quad one win. Over 30 wins in the regular season. A lot of people were doubting bringing two MAC teams in. But they proved themselves over SMU, and they are in the tournament, Tim. No debate now anymore with Miami of Ohio.
Now it's game on. Play-ins are done, and your brackets are done. Did you see Halliburton talk about he was upset that people are doing more than one bracket pool?
Okay, of course he is. Of course he is. He was upset about everything. That's what he does.
It is what he does, yes.
We'll fill out a bracket at 8:00 for the show today, but on the other side, what Wisconsin sports figures would you like to see a documentary about? We'll talk about it. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports. No Trevor Thomas, no Josh Albrecht, Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz, the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Time for another fan weather report brought to you by Milwaukee Area Napa Auto Care Association. 31 degrees currently right now in Milwaukee, a high of 45 today, 3-mile-an-hour winds, 10% chance of precipitation, a low of 31.
I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't God that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa!
We're all confident that we're going to make it out of the first weekend. And we all trust each other that we can get it done.
Yeah, this is my third tournament in 3 years, and every year it feels like Christmas. And I can confidently say that I feel as good with this team as I felt in my 3 years here going into this thing. So I'm really ready to watch us compete and try and get out of this weekend.
Our number 2 Inside Wisconsin Sports. No Trevor, no Josh. Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen filling in. First hour flew, Tim. That was fast. Yesterday we had that conversation. For some reason, this morning show just feel boom, 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 boom,
Just
all
go.
the time. Up and at it, ready to go. Good morning, Wisconsin. Shout out to everyone listening in Milwaukee, Wausau, Duluth, Superior, and of course Green Bay as well. The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. From the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Caught you up on some news from the Milwaukee Brewers this entire time in the first segment. Some great sound that we just heard from the Miami of Ohio swim team, which Tim turned down their scholarship, actually.
I did.
All he did to apply was dress like them in the crowd with his purple Speedo. But time didn't make it. Time wasn't great for him.
I was in their team photo.
The team photo. Just Tim in the purple, right in the middle of all the red. right there.
Purple
You were the
Speedo.
mascot of the Red Hawks there. Badgers will tip off at 12:50 today against High Point as March Madness getting underway with the full round of 64. No more first four off and running. Let's get into our 7 a.m. topic, the Morning Mind Dump.
I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
The coffee has kicked in. We're awake and ready to roll. Let's get some things off our chest and out of our heads.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
We got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
It's time for the Morning Mind Dump, presented by Malat Meats. High-quality meats at a fair price, safely delivered to your front door. To learn more, visit WisconsinMeatMarket.com. Experience the power of the family meal with Malat Meats on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Nicolay Law talk and text line 414-677-1250 if you want to be a part of the show with Tommy Wirtz and Tim Allen. Now, here's the latest news. We brought it up to you in Let's Play Catch Up. A new Bob Uecker documentary coming to theaters or being released. I don't know. We haven't quite
3 years in the making.
We haven't quite heard all the details, but what we do know is that Brewers fans in attendance, this comes from Adam McCalvey, MLB.com, at American Family Field will get an exclusive first look at Uke, a new documentary celebrating the life and legacy of the late broadcaster Bob Uecker, the club announced on Monday. Fans will be encouraged to remain in their seats immediately following the conclusion of White Sox Brewers opener on Thursday, March 26th, which, oh my God, Tim, is this the first time we're saying
today.
It's a week from today? There will be a 20-minute segment from the film, which will mark the first public showing of a project more than 2 years in the making. Before he passed away in January of 2025, Ueck participated extensively in the film, which was produced by Milwaukee-based production company September Club. The crews first began with following him during 2023 spring training and covered his unique life in baseball, entertainment, and beyond, including rare footage and interviews with his family and many of his friends. Ueck will enjoy a major theatrical release late this summer with more details to be announced soon. A Bob Uecker documentary. Always take more of those, Tim.
Man, I miss him almost every day, man. It's certainly every day during the season, during each of these seasons. We talked to Lane Grindle out there in Phoenix, and we just completed our first year of Brewers baseball without Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
And it screamed loud for me. There's no doubt. And for us to get to know Bob even more with documentaries like this, I just love it. Just give me more Ueck. And I wish, that we would have permission to play some Uecker highlights and things like that. And I've been pretty vocal about my stance on that, why wouldn't, flagship radio stations allow highlights from game calls? It's like a commercial for your product. I mean, why wouldn't you want that on another station?
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Makes
because that's advertising for your game calls. But anyway, I would love to take snippets from Uecker and some of the stories. And now you get, family that participated in this sort of document. That's super, super cool.
Yeah, and it got us thinking of what Wisconsin sports figures would you like to see a documentary of. The Nicolay Law Talk and Text line 414-677-1250. Now, I know that there are very few, if any, other Wisconsin sports figures as impactful to a community and to a state and to a sport like Bob Uecker.
Agreed.
Right? I mean, there's this guy, this isn't his first documentary, right? I mean, that's because he deserves it and he's earned that. And everyone is so, he was so personable, right, Tim? And it was just something that you want to know more about this. You've brought it up to me about, bringing in, the fans to these people's lives. And we had a little bit of a conversation about it yesterday with a negative tone of Dak Prescott and other different scandals that go around. Well, when a guy is a clean whistle, it's nice to highlight those guys too, and perceived well. Continue on with that. But anyone off the top of your mind, Tim?
Yes.
That you think, you know what, as a Wisconsin sports figure, a documentary about this guy would be awesome.
No, nobody too big or too small for your ideas on documentaries. If you're watching us on video right now, which I hate, you can see my mini Craig Counsell bobble hanging.
Oh, okay.
So how about a little hour show on Craig Counsell? I think it would be interesting. Think of the criteria here. You need to find it interesting.
Yeah.
It may not be your favorite player, coach, manager, whatever, but someone that's interesting to kind of get to know this person a little bit better. And I think that's what documentaries reveal, is a little insight on who these guys are.
Okay.
Or women. So I think Craig Counsell, I would watch it. Hell yeah, I would watch it.
Yes, I would watch it.
Because think of the history that he's got in hanging around county stadium and taking ground balls
right.
with some of the 80s guys.
You know, he grows up in this community his whole life, and then
local guy.
He reaches mountaintops with not just one team, but two teams, right?
Yes.
Winning a World Series, gets to come back and play for his hometown team, gets to come back, be in the front office of his hometown team. Then he manages them, and then to some people, me included, kind of stabs him in the back and joins the evil empire on top of it. That is perfect documentary arc during
Played
that.
at Notre Dame. Think of the ladies that he was dating back then.
Yeah.
I mean, Notre
crosses
Dame,
over with Pat Murphy,
with
right?
Pat Murphy, the
Oh,
friendship there.
Yes.
And then now at odds on the field a little bit. So that I think it'd be interesting. And yeah, you can see him swinging from my mic stand if you go to the video.
I love that answer. I think that's a great one.
Okay.
And another one. Go ahead.
Then now this one may rub some people the wrong way. Not that Craig Counsell didn't, but Ryan Braun. Now I'm going to center mine around Brewers baseball, obviously.
I got you.
But Ryan Braun, again, the criteria of interesting. I mean, you talk about the lady scene. Oh, Brawny, come on. Wow. That had to be he had to be the magic man. But, you know, all of what he went through, going from way up here to, wow, just sort of a hated, you know, the cheater word thrown out there, and you know how clutch he was and the home runs that put out. Now to interview him, which I have many times, it's cliche filled a little bit. Well, maybe a lot bit.
Yeah.
It was always sort of cliche, but I think it would be interesting to get some insight from his perspective. Now, whether or not some of these individuals would take a step back and be as authentic as we would want them to be, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that would go with some people, but Brawny would be certainly interesting.
Yeah, no, lifetime Brewer on top of it too. That also probably being a positive into the Wisconsin sports figures that could get a documentary. What Wisconsin sports figures would you want to see a documentary of, coming from the new Uke documentary that the opening day crowd will get to see a 20-minute snippet of? A couple coming in here from the 262, Robin Yount. He's got to have one by now, right? Does Robin Yount not have a documentary?
You know, and I don't know in any sort of official capacity. Now, Euchre has had some, obviously.
Yes.
MLB Network just did a dynamite one on him a couple of years ago.
And then what was the Get Up, Get Out of Here and Gone or something? What was it called? There was, I feel like I messed the name up, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. They had the one that was on the Roku going around. That was good. And I know Sparky and Charlie actually went to a premiere in theaters for it last year, I believe it was.
But Yount would be a really good one. You know, his love of auto racing, his love of golf, his love of the state of Wisconsin, the city of Milwaukee, lifetime Brewer, and really on the Brewers, you know, top four, if you want to call it Mount Rushmore, that's fine. But he's outside of Euchre, Seelig, Hank Aaron. He's the other one that is the faceplate of Milwaukee Brewers baseball.
Okay.
And the way he played, I think, was endearing to Brewers fans, and just an interesting guy, a California dude, and just really interesting guy.
From the 262, again, this is the first one we've had crossover on. Barry Alvarez bringing Bucky to prominence. That's a great answer. I feel like
him too.
Again, going from this, you know, being the football coach and bringing him out of irrelevancy, and then becoming the athletic director, doing everything there, and still has his fingerprints all over Madison now. That story never ending, it feels like.
It doesn't get more interesting than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, he had the one that was not about football last year or whatever, too. And I remember watching it for work purposes. and thinking, wow, I got dumber after watching this documentary. Was I high this entire time with Aaron Rodgers? Because that's what it felt like watching the one last year that Netflix have.
Just all the dating scene for him, the swimming with the sharks, and
darkness retreats, and
and is whatever drug he was.
Oh
taking,
yeah, and he also played football, in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah. And a really good football player,
really good, still plays football.
Yeah,
and he's dropping documentaries about anything else. Bo Ryan, that coming in right now, coming from Platteville, right? And then making it up to the big D1 level. I would love to watch one of those. Dick Bennett, another good name that people want to see. There's one right here on Tim. They want one on Tim Allen.
Man.
Can't re-air any of it on the airwaves, but
I would be fully transparent of my 80s days, which I think people would probably like me less.
It was just Motley Crue meets Tim Allen the entire time.
Yeah, there were some the details get a little sketchy.
Okay.
Back then. How about Mark Atanasio?
Oh, wow. All right.
I think I would be interested in that.
I was going to say Bud Selig just being another one too. Obviously going from owner to commissioner would probably be a good one for
and the changes he made for baseball.
Absolutely. And going, hush hush on the steroid era at the time. And
there's that story too. And a chance to really get down to brass tacks on what he could do at that time with PED use, which a lot of, from what I understand, his hands were kind of tied.
Yeah. I mean, grow the sport or destroy it in its prime at that point. That's kind of the two.
And his ownership of and how he acquired, and that whole story. I read a book not too long ago, The Making of the Milwaukee Brewers, and it went into what it took Bud Selig and some group of investors to actually acquire a team for Milwaukee. It was really interesting.
There's a lot coming in on the Nicolay Law Talking text line 414-677-1250. What Wisconsin sports figure would you want to see a documentary of? A couple coming in on the YouTube chat. For me, Reggie Lazowski. Do you know that name? I just totally butchered it. Lazowski.
The Polish cannon. I don't know.
The Crusher. Tim.
That
Crusher,
would be a
great one. As someone, a south suburbs of Milwaukee guy, the Crusher statue in South Milwaukee, walking around with the barrels and Cudahy, however it is. I'm all in on that. That coming from Paul. Mary says Mark Johnson, Badger Olympian, NHL Badger, ladies coach, and son of Bucky Bob Johnson. There is Jacob Antosa says Junior Bridgman. That would be another great one to go out.
Would.
Talk about it, and the business ventures that he gets into after his playing days.
Yep.
That would all be good stuff there. From the 834, Doug Gottlieb.
Okay.
That one, again, very animated, I'm sure.
I'd find his radio path interesting if that's what it took. Yeah.
We have Paul Molitor coming in on the 906. Molitor, you like that documentary as much as any other Brewers that we've named?
Not as much as Yount, but yes, Molitor, I think over the years, for whatever reason, is being underrated as a Brewer. I mean, he did go on to play for the Twins and Blue Jays. We get it. But I mean, that story of that whole crew, and we saw the documentary on the 82 Brewers too. But I, the rumors, alleged partying with that group of guys, oh, that'd be awesome to hear about.
What about Rob Deere? We just got a Rob Deere coming in.
Tony Graffinino, anybody?
Where's the Rob Piccolo documentary?
That's right.
I remember my dad being like, Rob Deere was the king of hitting homers down 7-2 in the ninth. Most meaningless homers were Rob Deere homers. That's basically the history. I know from out of there. Paul Wagner, get a documentary on a great local guy still
My
coaching.
boy Wags,
Yes.
absolutely.
That was another one coming in. This got a great pop here. A lot of good people. The Milverine. Are you familiar with the Milverine? I don't know if he's a sports figure, but he's just a guy that looks like Wolverine that walks around Milwaukee.
Okay.
That's literally all he is. But he's got a bobblehead in like the bobblehead Hall of Fame that they got here, and he's big enough on social media, I guess. But
Herb Cole,
Kevin Harlan just coming in.
Harlan would be awesome.
Be all over that. Ernie Johnson got a documentary.
Did he?
It sounds
not maybe a tribute to him, maybe show type thing.
That would be another one that now that I'm thinking of broadcasting going out. What about Brian Anderson? Brian Anderson do anything for you? Yeah, that would be a good one. We're getting into that vein of broadcaster legends that go around. I mean, obviously, Brett Favre would be a great one. I'm sure he's got one that goes around there as well because of all the ups and downs and, your 80s days and his 90s days probably overlapping quite a bit.
Sterling Sharp.
Yes, that'd be a good one.
Let's see. I'm sure Bart Starr has one. Yeah, Bart Starr, I'm sure would have one, but there's some, what about Curly Lambeau? I mean, some of those names in Packer lore.
Yes.
With regards to Brewers, Prince Fielder, I'll just bring him up for this reason. I think I would find it interesting on a couple of different fronts. Number one, what he did on the field as a big dude.
Yes.
And some would say a big fat dude. But a big dude. But him growing up with his pop playing like that, I find that very interesting.
Very interesting. Let's head over. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then the way he retired or was forced to retire.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh. You guys, at some point this year, we'll earmark this. If Prince Fielder comes up, to listen to his retirement speech is just, I was this close to crying myself.
Yeah. Gut-wrenching.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Let's head over to the Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. If you want to be a part of the show, you can talk or text in. We got Tom in Cedarburg. Good morning, Tom. How you doing?
Good morning.
You got a documentary of a Wisconsin sports figure for us?
Yes, I think a good one would be probably the best player to ever come out of Milwaukee, Al Simmons.
Oh yeah, right, for the Tigers, right?
Yeah.
The Philadelphia A's mostly.
Okay.
Tim, you and I are probably near the same age. I actually wrote a biography on Happy Felch. And I said in my book that if Felch wouldn't have been banned as part of that Black Sox,
yep,
he might have been the best ever.
Is that right? Okay. So you wrote a book on that Black Sox thing, or was it on one specific?
It was on Happy Felch. It was a biography.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had a great uncle that actually played sandlot ball with him.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah. So, but Al Simmons would be great. That Philadelphia A's team was one of the best ever. That 2019.
Yeah, 1929 Philadelphia A's. I got it right here. 157 runs driven in. He batted .365 with a 1.40 OPS that year. Al Simmons, great ball player.
I got a funny story about that.
Go ahead.
His manager, Connie Mack, because he was called Bucketfoot Al because he stepped in the bucket when he swung.
Yep.
And they asked Connie Mack, would you fix his stance? He says, I don't care if he can hit 360 standing on his head. I'm not going to change it.
Tom, thanks for the call. Have a good rest of your day,
Thank
my
you,
man.
Tom.
Thanks.
There he is, Tom in Cedarburg. We're going to have to get on, but I think we should revisit this at 7:40 because I got a bunch still coming in on the talking text line with some names that we totally missed on here that I think are going to be great. And we'll keep it going. So keep those texts coming in. We're going to jump off for a second. We're going to go right back to it. I need your Wisconsin sports figures. You would love to see a documentary of this coming in the wake of the news of another Bob Uecker documentary called Uke. And if you want a special sneak preview, go to opening day, 20-minute segment from the film immediately
right after the
following the game. That's going to be awesome, Tim.
Yeah, that's going to be super cool. Too bad I can't be there to see it.
It's 1 week from today. I can't. We didn't even say that until an hour and change into the show.
1 week, and hey, just real quick, we're going to be with the leadoff show, Tommy and I, at Potawatomi Sportsbook at 11 o'clock. 1 week from today, and then we'll hang out, watch the game, have a bite to eat, and then we'll do the post-game show from Potawatomi Sportsbook. That's all opening day.
What a fun topic that we got going on here. A lot of good answers. Keep bringing them in. 414-677-1250, a Wisconsin sports figure you'd love to see a documentary of. Coming up, it's time for Be Better, brought to you by the Better Business Bureau here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. No Trevor, no Josh, Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz, the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
It's my baby calling, says I need you here.
time to answer the question, who needs to be better? Is it a team?
I need to be better for our team.
A coach?
I got to be better as a coach.
A player?
I got to be better. We got to be better. Just facts.
Let us know who you think has to be better. Brought to you by the Better Business Bureau. Show people your business is better. Get BBB accredited with the Better Business Bureau at bbb.org.
Welcome back to Inside Wisconsin Sports. No Trevor, no Josh, but there is Tim, there is Tommy. It's time to figure out who needs to be better. 87% of accredited businesses say BBB accreditation helps their business gain credibility with customers. If you want to showcase your business as a better business, get Better Business Bureau accredited. Learn more at bbb.org. And quite frankly, me and Tim, we don't do this show every day. We decide how we're going to do this, and we're going to throw it out to you, the listeners, and give our thoughts as well. But this comes in the wake of the news yesterday that the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo seem to have some disagreement on whether or not that the 10-time All-Star is going to be playing the rest of this season or to be shut down. If you missed that report from earlier in the show, here it is again from Shams.
Malika, once again, the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo are in disagreement about where his future is at. Right now, it's about his playing status. And the Milwaukee Bucks, sources tell me, want Giannis to shut down for the remainder of the season with his latest injury, the hyperextension in his knee that he suffered the other day. That's his 5th injury of the year. He's had a groin injury, 2 calf strains, an ankle injury. Now they want him not to play the rest of the year. They have tried for him to shut down. Giannis, though, has refused them wanting to shut him down. He has made it clear to John Horst, the Bucks general manager, and the Bucks staff that he will not shut himself down, that he intends to return to play this season. He has been adamant in the last 24 hours. I don't care if the Bucks are going to try to shut me down. I am playing the rest at some point the rest of this season. And so this is just another one of the situations. We know what happened at the deadline. We know what happened in the offseason when there were trade conversations, and Giannis informed the Bucks that he believed it was time to move on. But right now, this is a Bucks team whose playoff odds are significantly dwindled as the last several weeks of the season go on. But Giannis and the Bucks in disagreement about how the next few weeks should play out.
That report coming from ESPN, Shams Charania. Take that for what it's worth. Tim Allen, we are asking who needs to be better, the Milwaukee Bucks or Giannis Antetokounmpo, revolving around the situation of him playing the rest of the year. Mind you, again, 6.5 games out from the play-in, not even in the playoffs. I think an easy answer is, hey, the Bucks need to play better, so therefore they should be better. But Steve Sparky Pfeiffer did bring up a point yesterday on his show. Yes, Wisconsin Sports Daily, 2 to 5 every weekday here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, saying that it sure feels like Giannis can be oblivious to outside factors other than himself as well sometimes. Meaning, hey, Giannis, like, you said you wanted to be here. You made this bed, now lay in it. And hey, the best way, if you are going to stay in Milwaukee or just go out and leave, say you want to leave, but if you want to stay in Milwaukee, the best way of acquiring talent for you is through this NBA draft this year, and therefore they should be worse.
Just, I don't want to send the wrong message that employees should tell their employer what to do. So I don't want to send that message.
Okay.
However, let him do what he wants to do. If he wants to play, let him play. What's the big deal? You're afraid of an injury? Well, you're afraid of an injury opening day next year, aren't you? If that's the case, I mean, if you're in fear of an injury, then you're always going to be in fear of an injury. Now, the case you could cite in basketball would be the Derrick Rose injury.
Yeah.
Many years ago, when there's, a lot of people had said there's no business as him being even in that game. Now, I don't remember the exact details, but there was X amount of time left and they were up or down by this many points.
Right.
And you could make that argument that why was he even in there? And it in a manner of speaking, it ruined his career, really. at that level, at that elite sort of level. But you can't, and I've always said this, you can't live in fear of injuries. Preseason football games. We're not going to get some reps in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do. We play football. You got to get ready for the season. You're going to play some. Was my stance and is my stance. I would just say that talk to Giannis. Dude, what do you want to do here? Now, keep in mind, we don't want to jeopardize our future with a potential injury, but that's up to you, man. You want to play? Play.
Well, and
you determine.
What point do you want to jeopardize this relationship with Giannis too? October 1st is a massive date, right? October 1st, 2026. That is when players and Giannis are eligible to sign the Supermax, right? They can sign another big deal in Milwaukee and maintain another contract extension to be a part of the Bucks organization. Some people probably want that to happen. Most people. Some people probably are fed up about this whole Giannis situation at this time. But you need to, if the goal is to keep Giannis, you probably should just do what he says, or at least take his input.
That's it.
At what he wants to do, like you're saying, Tim. A good text coming in from the 414. Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. Shams needs to be better. Per my sources, his sources suck.
I mean, his opinions have made headlines.
Headlines.
Just
Opinions
simply
have made
his
headlines.
opinions. Yes.
But I do think that both the Bucks and Giannis need to be better during this. The Milwaukee Bucks, this is a season from hell at this point right now, where it actually is the worst case scenario, because not only do they stink at stinking. Like they're not worse than they should be or could be at this point. They have a half a game up on the Chicago Bulls. So let's say they could drop down from the 11 to the 12. To get to the 13 in the East, well, the Nets are still 11 and a half games behind them. They're not going to be able to get caught up on the losing cycle. And that's just in the East. They have 28 wins. The Grizzlies, who are the 11 seed over in the West, have 24. The Pelicans have 24. The Mavericks at 23. The Jazz at 20. The Kings at 18. I mean, they're not going to be able to drop down as far as they would like to. And they are now stuck in this purgatory of NBA draft lottery and NBA play-in tournaments that realistically, they're not going to catch either side of it, and they're going to be stuck in the middle of it, Tim.
And if you're the Milwaukee Bucks organization, you could make the argument that, dude, we sort of want you to play. It's good for our product.
Yes, absolutely it is.
And so, I've Aaron Rodgers, talked to him about, what kind of free agents that the Packers should bring in at that time. I'm not saying let him make the decision, but you consult with him. There's certain guys, you don't have to do it through the media. You don't have to do it in public. There's certain guys in this industry that are big. They're special. And those special guys, they get sort of special treatment in terms of, negotiations or opinions. You consider their opinion. You don't let them make the final call, but at least consult with them. It's called inclusion. And when people feel included, they feel better. And again, it doesn't mean that they're going to make the decisions. And I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. You're saying, Tim, the inmates can't run the asylum. You can't let the employees make the decisions because they're not the bosses. No, I get that, and I understand that. And at the end of the day, the bosses do have to make the decisions. But at least include him in this. I mean, why start World War III here with one of the best players in the NBA?
We'll see what happens. Everyone's got to be better in the Milwaukee Bucks organization. It's brought to you by the Better Business Bureau. That was Be Better every Thursday here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. I want to get back to this documentary talk. There's a lot of good stuff coming in on the Nick Law Talk and text line. If you would like to still be a part of it, you got a few minutes. 414-677-1250, the number to be a part of the show. Wisconsin.
Caleb Durbin.
Oh, God. That 1 year, the 1 year wonder that is Caleb Durbin.
Did you see he was announced as the starter at third?
Yeah, no,
Boston?
Duh. Like, he had to be.
Yeah.
He had to be. That shouldn't be news. You just traded for the guy.
Look at his spring training numbers too.
Oh, I didn't see. Are they good?
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh gosh, Tim's in shambles over there.
Really
good. We'll think of names for the Caleb Durbin. You know what? Send in your Caleb Durbin documentary names.
Durbs.
Yeah. 414-677-1250. The Nick Law Talk and text line. Hey, over at the Potawatomi Annex, starting at 9 a.m. We're going to be there. Go today. Watch some March Madness. It's going to be great. 9 to noon, the Mason Crosby Show and Wisconsin Sports Daily all going to be there from 9 to 5. Inside Wisconsin Sports, Tommy and Tim. Inside Wisconsin sports. No Trevor Thomas, no Josh Albrecht, but Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz here with you in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Again, in case you guys haven't heard this morning, the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network going on the road all day after this show, starting at 9 a.m. You can go watch the first round of March Madness.
And eye opener, grab a beer or a drink and head to Potawatomi.
While you're there, say hi to Rami Makloff, John Kuhn, Mitch Thunder Nellis, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, because all three of the shows, 9 to noon, the Mason Crosby Show and Wisconsin Sports Daily, broadcasting live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Bet above the rest over at the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino in the Sportsbook too. Tim, we asked for Caleb Durbin documentary names, and I should have known this was coming. The little infielder who could.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect name.
That might be my favorite one. There's also Munchkin Land. I don't know. It might be a little bit past it.
Yeah.
But the little infielder that could, I'm all in on it. Let's make the Caleb Durbin documentary. Let's patent that. So if anyone wants to name it, that's what we're going with for sure. Another good one here. We've revisited this topic that we had at 7:00, talking about Wisconsin sports figures you'd like to see a documentary about. Tim, I can't believe we didn't bring up Donald Driver during that entire time.
That'd be an awesome one. Now, again, keep in mind how interesting these things would be.
Right. I mean, again, a guy that scandal couldn't be farther away from, just the nicest guy in every room, infectious smile, but lifelong Packer. And, he did come from an HBCU, small college, late draft pick, and then becomes one of the all-time greats in the organization's history.
No doubt. Somebody else that would be really interesting in Green Bay Packer football lore is Hall of Famer Leroy Butler.
Right. Yeah. Getting into his playing career, the long wait it took for him to get into the Hall of Fame, the radio career he had, of course. Fought
through some challenges as a young dude.
Yes. Yeah. Coming from Florida and then moving himself up to Green Bay from there too. I agree. Love that one. What about JJ Watt? Does JJ Watt do anything for you?
Well,
Tim?
maybe the Watts as a whole.
Okay.
That would be kind of cool. Derek, TJ, and JJ.
Yeah, talking about that. They're homegrown in Wisconsin and then go to the university, of course. But JJ, was a preferred walk-on going to Central Michigan to start things, and then changed his position and moved back to Wisconsin, was delivering pizzas in college at the same time. And then while there is not a lot of bad news, a lot of people thought the pick was a reach at the time when he was drafted to the Texans. I mean, he was greeted with boos when he got drafted, and then turns into, maybe the best defensive player of an era and one of the best to do it.
Yeah, could be without question. But again, if you missed it at 7:00, I think in the Brewer, on the Brewer side of things, for me, the most fascinating or interesting would be Ryan Braun. That one just would really be interesting to me, especially, and not solely because of the scandal, but just his whole career. Look at his numbers in terms of, one could argue that they're false numbers and all that. But he is one of the best all-time Brewers in terms of numbers that you can even find.
Yeah, of course he is. Well, Gorman Thomas coming in here. Where you want Gorman Thomas documentary?
Yeah. Gorman will talk.
Yeah,
he'll talk.
That would be a good one. Ray Allen, is Ray Allen considered a Wisconsin sports figure in your mind? He was very iconic on an iconic Bucks team. I get it. But doesn't really show a whole lot of love here, and one of the worst trades that you've ever seen for a Bucks organization on top of that, and really more established at maybe multiple places after Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think so. Was that the Desmond Mason trade?
It was the Gary Payton trade.
Gary Payton.
Yeah. Which I might have been both of them. It might have both came over in that, if I remember. But it was an old Gary Payton at the time that came over to Milwaukee.
I don't know much about Ray Allen. Love his name, but outside of that, I don't know much about him.
Brian Butch coming in on the line here. That would be a good one. Lynn Dickey, talking about him from the 414. I feel like if we're going to do Packers quarterbacks, like we got Lynn Dickey's far down on the list at this point.
Well, yeah, compared to Star Favre Rodgers.
Even
Love.
Yeah, even Jordan Love, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because he had, some hardships growing up throughout the same process too. I just think a super fun topic that we had there, sports documentaries of Wisconsin sports figures.
I just think of Lynn Dickey with my, I believe it was a Houston Oilers.
Okay.
Lynn Dickey football card.
It's so random, man. You just have
got a kick out of that.
You got the most random card collection.
I opened up a pack yesterday. Got a Jackson Churio.
Hey, all right.
I opened up 2 packs. I got Andrew Vaughn, Christian Yelich, and Jackson Churio in those 2 packs.
And they just mass produce Christian Yelich cards for you. Hey, don't they? I mean,
great.
It's like the last.
Almost dropped it in the toilet. I'm not kidding.
You just open. Is that what you do on the toilet? It's pack opening time.
No, you guys know this. You wear hoodies with that pouch pocket on your belly.
Yeah,
you got to be careful
what you're putting in there.
You do, because it'll slither out the side and just drop down. Whether it's a cell phone or I had those baseball cards in that pocket, and they almost went into the toilet.
Gary Sheffield just came in at the buzzer there.
Ooh,
too.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Might not be a bad one as well. Well, we're up against it here, but hour number 3 coming up on Inside Wisconsin Sports. Let's fill out a bracket on the show. Why not?
Let's do it.
It's March. It's the first day. We're gonna fill out a bracket because we can as a show.
And wave that thing around Potawatomi today and talk to the boys. They're going to be live all day today.
Inside Wisconsin Sports from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up from home. Whoa!
We're all confident that we're going to make it out of the first weekend. And we all trust each other that, we can get it done. Yeah, this is my third tournament in 3 years, and every year it feels like Christmas. And I can confidently say that I feel as good with this team as I felt in my 3 years here going into this thing. So I'm really ready to watch us compete and, try and get out of this weekend.
Can't get out of this weekend if you don't get out of today. Inside Wisconsin Sports, Tommy Wirtz, Tim Allen here in for Josh Albrecht and Trevor Thomas. I don't know if that offended anyone by saying Josh's name first as opposed to Trevor's name first that time.
Never know in radio, man.
But
You
I did
never
it.
know.
I did it. So sue me. Go ahead. No, don't. Please don't.
They might.
Actually, please don't. It's March Madness. Opening day of the round of 64. First four was actually pretty good. Some good games on day one. Good story in Miami of Ohio on the second day. But today is where it starts, Tim. And I think we could go 63 for 63 if you put both our minds together.
Maybe. And it feels like Christmas to a lot of college basketball fans, a lot of people in the bracket world, a lot of people in the wagering world, a lot of people in the numbers pool world. And bring your Christmas gifts to Potawatomi today.
Yes,
for Sparky.
Absolutely, because the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network is going to be live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Make plans to watch college basketball with John Kuhn, Rami Makloff, Mitch Thundernellis, and Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with all three shows. That is 9 to noon, the Mason Crosby Show and Wisconsin Sports Daily, all broadcasting live from the Annex at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Potawatomi, bet above the rest. We promised that we were going to make a bracket as a show. I did not promise some nostalgia for Mr. Tim Allen while we did that. Happy to all who celebrate today. Hey, yes.
There it is.
Let's get into it a little bit, Tim, while we make this bracket. We're going off of the tournament challenge, whatever it is, over at the Four Letter Network over there. Let's start with the East, Tim, okay? Duke and Siena. You got a 16 over a 1 this year at all? No. I don't think so. Ohio State TCU, the 8-9 matchup. What are you thinking for that one, Tim?
I took TCU on mine.
It's common pick right now. I'll rock with you right here. St. John's, Northern Iowa. That game is starting tomorrow. Those first two will be today. St. John's, Patino in March.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Kansas, Cal Baptist. Kansas right now, however, up in the air about their star players on whether or not they're going to be in or not. Does that worry you a little bit?
Still went Kansas.
Yeah, I think we go Kansas. Louisville and South Florida. It's a 6-11. Tim, I like the 11 in this one. I do.
Do you?
I do. They're a good rebounding team. They won a very competitive conference, and I'm not in on Louisville. And we got to pick one of these 11s. It feels like.
So who are you going with?
I'm going with South Florida.
South Florida.
USF.
Have you seen one South Florida game?
Yeah, I watched the American Championship game, and I've heard that they are a top 5 rebounding team in
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Why not? Why not? I got North Dakota State over Michigan. No, I'm kidding. Michigan State, Izzo in March. Come on, right?
Yes.
Izzo in March. I don't have South Florida making a deep run. Relax. UCLA, UCF. Mick Cronin, the 7 seed. UCF has 2 former Panthers, 2 former UWM guys on the team right now.
I can't remember what I did last night on my bracket. I don't know.
Coin flip it. Let's go UCLA. UConn, Furman, no 215s for you?
No.
All right, let's move it down to the south. We have Florida at Prairie View. We already determined that we have all 1 seeds moving on in round 1. Clemson at Iowa. Does that one get any interesting for you?
I went with Iowa.
Yeah, Big Ten's been good this year. Stick to the Big Ten. Vanderbilt, McNeese State. McNeese, they got Amir Khan, Aura coming back again for another year. Their team manager that took over the world last year, if you remember that.
Vandy.
Okay. Nebraska and Troy. Nebraska, this is the most important game in Nebraska basketball history today, Tim. They have yet to win an NCAA tournament game.
They do today.
All right. I like it. That game's at 11:40 if you want to keep an eye on that storyline. North Carolina, VCU. What are you thinking for that one, Tim?
No. Are you kidding? I can only tell you what I did. And I can't tell you why. I can tell you what I did, but for reasons I'm unaware of.
All right, we got the Tar Heels.
VCU.
Yes. Oh, VCU?
I went VCU.
All right. We got an upset heavy bracket so far. 2 11s moving on. Bad year to be a 6 seed. Illinois and Penn. You don't think the smart guys got a chance?
Illinois.
All right. St. Mary's and Texas A&M.
Went St. Mary's.
All right.
Love their front court.
Really?
I just said it to sound cool.
Oh, it's the best segment I've ever done. Houston and Idaho is the 2:15. Let's move Houston on and go up to the west, where Arizona is taking on Long Island. But the more important, Villanova, Utah State is the 8-9 of that game.
I went only because my girl's parents live in Utah, so I went Utah State.
Yeah, we'll do it for Jordan Love too. Utah State,
That too.
We like it. Wisconsin, High Point. Don't forget.
Yeah, this is
12:50.
a lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
Lay the points, lay it all
on the Badgers.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page there. Arkansas and Hawaii. That winner of that game will take on the Badgers.
I went Arkansas.
Okay. Let's move it on here. BYU and Texas. Texas being that first 11 seed back from the first 4. BYU got a top 3 draft pick on their team.
Went with BYU.
Gonzaga and Kennesaw State. You like the Zags this year, I think.
I do.
Right? Yeah. Big Mark Few guy. He just makes the tournament every year. Miami and Missouri, 7-10.
Go, the show me state, Mizzou. Let's go.
Yes, Mizzou. I like it. And Purdue taking on Queens in their first ever tournament game. I like the Boilermakers in that one. Executive decision on that one. Michigan's going to take on Howard. We got the Wolverines moving on. Georgia and St. Louis. That's the 8-9 that would take on Michigan next.
Georgia.
All right, go Dogs. Texas Tech, Akron. That's 5-12 in this Midwest here.
I just went with the seed.
The seed on that one. We just talked about Ohio like for way too long yesterday. We don't need more Ohio conversation on these airwaves.
That's right, Akron. About Akron.
Alabama and Hofstra. Alabama did just lose one of their star players, if you didn't see that.
They did, but I got them winning 1.
All right.
And then losing.
All right. Tennessee, Miami of Ohio. Did they convince you a little bit yesterday, Tim, at any point?
No.
All right. The dream ends there.
Tennessee for Trevor Thomas.
Oh, nice. He's in Gatlinburg. Right. I like it. Virginia, Wright State, the Horizon League. I don't think they're getting a win in this one. Virginia. Kentucky, Santa Clara. First time Santa Clara has been in the tournament since Steve Nash played there, by the way, Tim.
Kentucky.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Iowa State and Tennessee State. That's the 2:15. Let's move on. Iowa State. We're back up. We've made half the picks already. Just like that. We're flying through this.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about, don't I?
Duke TCU. That's the round of 32 matchup. Duke is going on. St. John's in Kansas, Tim.
St. John's I went with.
All right. Patino. What a great matchup. We have Patino and Duke. South Florida, Michigan State.
Ooh, I don't remember what I did.
You didn't even have South Florida, it sounds like, last time we were talking.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Let's go with Izzo in March. I got it. UConn, UCLA. You a big Dan Hurley fan in this tournament?
UConn.
Let's do it. Moving on. Florida and Iowa. Do you think you got any 1 seeds going down yet?
I might have gone Iowa.
Oh, let's do it. Let's go for chaos. We got a 9 seed in the Sweet 16.
This is chaos?
This is the bracket of chaos at
No
this
wonder
point.
I do so crappy on these things.
Vanderbilt, Nebraska. Did they get their second win in the tournament?
I went
Tim?
Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's go for the true underdogs all the way. VCU, Illinois, Tim.
Illinois.
Let's keep the Fighting Illini in. Houston and St. Mary's.
Houston.
We have a problem. Arizona, Utah State.
Arizona.
Let's move on. The Wildcats. The Badgers making it to the Sweet 16, or Arkansas's got them?
I got them beating Arkansas.
Let's do it. That would be huge for Greg Gard to get into the second weekend finally here as we continue on with our bracket. BYU, Gonzaga.
I'm pretty sure Gonzaga.
All right. Let's keep it going. Missouri at Purdue for that next round of 32.
Purdue
might be a sleeper throughout the entire time here. Michigan and Georgia.
Well, this is me for what it's worth. I've got Michigan winning it all.
Oh, wow. Way to spoil the big news at the end.
Sorry.
We'll keep them in, though. Texas Tech, Alabama. You don't like Alabama in the round of 32, it sounds like.
No.
Let's move on. The Red Raiders. Tennessee, Virginia in the round of 32 at the bottom of this bracket.
What were the seeds?
Virginia's a 3, Tennessee's a 6.
I think I went with the 3.
All right, let's keep Virginia in. That's fine. Iowa State, Kentucky to round out the round of 32.
I'm pretty sure I went Iowa State.
Yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it together. We got a big seed going into the Sweet 16 already. Let's see. Duke, St. John's. You like the Blue Devils?
Duke.
Let's keep them in. Michigan State, UConn. That's the 2-3.
UConn.
Wow, over Izzo. I like it. Iowa and Nebraska. There's a Big Ten team that's going to be in the Elite 8 already. Which one is it? Nebraska goes from never winning a game to this far.
It can't be.
No, it's Iowa. We've got them in the 9 seed in the Elite 8 out of nowhere. Houston and Illinois.
Houston.
Let's do it. Keep going. Badgers and Arizona.
That's where. Sorry, Greg.
It's over after that. Arizona Wildcats, the 1 seed, take down the Badgers. But a Sweet 16 run. I think everyone would sign up for that. Purdue and Gonzaga, as you would say.
I'm pretty sure I went Purdue.
Let's keep Purdue in. They're pretty good, man. I like what they did in the Big Ten tournament. Michigan and Texas Tech. We don't even need to talk about that anymore.
Right.
Virginia and Iowa State.
Oh, boy.
It's a 2-3. It's a 3-2 the way I read it. Virginia's the 3. Iowa State,
I don't know. I don't remember.
Iowa State's got a lot of Wisconsin guys on the team, and they just continue to pummel them in all the time.
Okay,
Let's half root for Iowa State. All right, we're in the Elite 8. Just a few picks left. Duke and UConn for a trip to the Final Four.
I've got UConn.
Wow. All right, let's do it. I could see it. They've obviously won a lot in the past now here. Iowa, Houston, the Cinderella run of the Hawkeyes we have going here. Does it end now, Tim?
Cougars.
All right. Yes. Keep it moving. Arizona, Purdue, the 1-2 in the West.
Arizona.
Let's keep the Wildcats around. Michigan and Iowa State. We have Michigan moving on. That means our Final Four is 2 2s and 2 1s. The first matchup being UConn and Houston. What do you got, Tim?
UConn and Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I went Houston.
Houston. All right. Little chance at revenge to get back into the NCAA final like they were in last year. But unfortunately, Michigan beats Arizona and they beat the Cougars on the bracket here. Tiebreaker. How many points are scored in the game?
142.
142. I like it. Okay. Let's submit the bracket. We are locked in. Final Four of Arizona, Michigan, UConn, Houston, with pretty much the Cinderella being Iowa going to the Elite 8. I like
this
it. This
is all based on my expertise and knowledge of college basketball.
Well, a plethora of it, as everyone
That's
can
right.
tell.
That's
We should have did this as like which mascots would win in a fight.
We ought to just ask me what's their mascot's name. I'm surprised I knew Houston were the Cougars.
you were all over it. I mean, Houston Cougars, Kelvin Sampson trying to get back into his winning ways. I would like to see Houston take down Michigan at the end. Are you a guy who?
I think I may have screwed up, though. I thought I may have had Purdue in my Final Four.
Purdue was.
So they would have to beat Arizona?
They would have to beat Arizona. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what I had. So we don't have to change it.
Arizona. We got it. It's locked in. All right. No more changing. We just went through that whole thing, Tim. We can't change it at this point for a game that doesn't matter after the game for you anyway. We'll keep it moving on. And again, remember, you can go watch the first round of college basketball over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Their live shows from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with 9 to noon. Rami Makloff, John Kuhn, Brandon Stein will be back at home base producing the show.
Sounds exciting.
The Mason Crosby show is going to have Mitch Thunder Nellis down there, and Wisconsin Sports Daily, of course, with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer. I had something I wanted to bring up to you in this portion of the show, and I can't remember it for the life of me. But
I'm curious as to know how much money people are doling out for some of these brackets and pools and numbers and wagers and all that fun stuff. It's all fun.
Are you a guy? How many do you get into? Did I ask you yesterday?
I just did. This year I just did one. Just did one last night. Yep.
It's something that I feel like every year I get asked more and more of too at this point. Is that because of our profession or
probably?
Because I remember when I had one fantasy football team, right? It was just the one fantasy football team that I would keep track of. And now I have to say no to fantasy football leagues now because I'm not doing more than 3. It just gets too much at that
7.
That's ridiculous. That sounds stressful.
It's consistently been 6 fantasy football leagues, but one, it's actually only 5. Because the one, it's like a family thing. I barely do maintenance on it. I don't not put in a lineup. I do, and I do make acquisitions, and I have an active roster. But that one, I don't really care.
I don't think that just because you don't care doesn't mean that you're not in it. Then if you're still active,
I'm into it. Yeah, but not as much. I mean, what you find, you get in so many of these brackets or so many of these things going on. Takes a lot of time.
Yes.
The maintenance on a fantasy football season, as you know, hardcores will tell you, that you got to block out some time for this. It's like, you know, taking a college course. You got to block out time to make sure you get it done.
If you want to do it the right way, it sure feels like, yes. So I as well, I think I'm in 3 now, and I don't know if I don't want any more.
You have your main. You do focus on one main league, though, don't you? More than the others.
I think there's like 2 mains. I think I put a lot into 2 of them, and then I do a playoff one as well. That is the touchdowns only, right? Like that's the scoring system I was talking about. With you get some bonus points if it's a 50-yard touchdown or more, and then you get some bonus points if they reach certain thresholds, like 300 passing yards, you get 5 extra points, or 100 rushing yards, you get 5 extra points, whatever it is. But mainly you're just rooting for touchdowns. There's no PPR crap involved or whatever. Well, I say it like I don't like it. I do enjoy the PPR scoring, but I can't keep up with, especially brackets where we just filled one out in 15 minutes here. I mean, there was nothing else left to do after that.
Well, and some of these scoring systems are a little funky. I was in a league not that long ago that it was a PPC.
What is that?
A quarterback, a point per completion.
No, absolutely not.
That's like, guys, come on.
Come on.
Really?
Do not care. The screen merchants that come out from there, we're getting a point for a ball that you get the same amount of points for a ball completed 50 yards downfield as opposed to 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's right. Yeah,
No.
2-yard loss. That's completion.
No, I hate that.
There's your point. I still have yet to be paid on 2 leagues.
Oh, Wow.
Ooh, that's a different story. We may talk about that tomorrow.
Get that back on the
I
air.
mean, all the incentives are there to get into these pools, but then at the end of the day, you got to chase down your money. I'm not a big fan of chasing down my money.
How
I
big
hate
is
owing people money.
Yes.
So I take care of it right away. I'll Venmo you. Boom, done.
How big are the leagues? How many men in those?
The biggest of which is 16.
Oh, that's so many, man. I mean,
And it's a 5-keeper league.
Oh my gosh. You're drafting the most irrelevant players ever?
No. Everything's relative. First rounders is still a first rounder.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, come on. So
who are your 5 keepers?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked. I was just talking to my son about this last night. So Jared Goff. Now, keep in mind, this is a TD only. So you need 25, 30 TD floor for your quarterback.
Yes.
You just got to have it.
Right.
So Goff, then 3 backs I'm considering, Saquon Barkley, Omarion Hampton, and Cam Scatterboo.
All right.
So this is a non-contract league. You could have a player for his entire career if you want him.
Yes.
You're not forced to trade him or drop him, whatever. So 3 backs. Now here's the quandary. I have CeeDee Lamb. He's a keeper. So there's my 5. 3 backs, quarterback, and Lamb. But I do have high hopes for Michael Pittman Jr.
Oh.
And is there room to drop one of those other guys for Pittman?
No, I think you can get him in the draft too, probably. You think he's going to be a high pick on that?
Probably lower first round, I'm going to guess, because considering 5 keepers, you're already in the 6th round.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When the draft starts. So.
I think you can get him in the 3rd round of this draft.
Well,
I really do.
The other thing would be he's in Pittsburgh, and his name is Michael Pittman.
Oh gosh, yeah, he's number 1 overall. You're right. I totally forgot about that, Tim.
Hey, whatever it takes to win, man.
I get it. Let's
Devontae Smith, maybe. Oh, and the other one would be Brandon Aubrey.
Keeping him around.
Ooh, I kept him last year.
Worked out all right.
But then I ran into Hampton and Scatterboo, and I like that future.
Scatterboo's coming off the injury.
He is, but still, man, I love the way he just with aggression was just energy. He's got a bright future.
Scotty Tiffany mentions not to mention draft day for fantasy football, time consuming.
That too. Yes. And please put a shot clock on these picks, everybody.
And no 90 seconds. I need
waiting for Jake. Jake, it's your pick. What's he doing? Well, I had to go outside and let the dogs out. And that's my fault. That's our fault. Oh, I could go on and on.
Inside Wisconsin Sports,
Crabby.
Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz in for Trevor Thomas and Josh Albrecht. Inside Wisconsin sports. No Trevor Thomas, no Josh Albrecht. It is Tommy Wirtz and Tim Allen for the rest of today till 9:00 and back tomorrow, same time, Tim.
Yes. We're going to be buttoning up the week and making heads or tails out of your brackets after day one.
After the first game, probably the way we were going around that list. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook today.
Yeah.
But I do want to bring this up just real quick in case we can't get to it, because I know, Tim, you say that you were feeling chicken strips this morning, just at some point during the day. And I did like this to play at some point, and I don't know when we're going to get to it. Did you see the Master Club dinner from Rory McIlroy that he has ready for the previous winners and everyone invited? So first of all, you don't just get one thing at dinner. This is rich people dinner, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be offered there. Peach and ricotta flatbread is one of the appetizers. How do you feel about peach and ricotta together?
Let me hear the next couple of things, and then maybe I'll nutshell this whole
We
thing.
have rock shrimp tempura. I would mess some of that up. I love a good rock shrimp tempura.
Yeah.
Grilled elk sliders with caramelized onion and jam roasted garlic aioli, and bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds. That's the appetizer round for Rory McIlroy.
That wasn't the meal?
No, that's the appetizers. The first course, which is not the main course, it's the first course, is yellowfin tuna carpaccio. Did I say that right? And
I had no idea.
With foyer grass and toasted baguette and chives, of course. The main course is a Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon, traditional Irish champ, sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter, crispy Vidalia onion rings, as well, with dessert being sticky toffee pudding, which, I mean, just get more Northern Ireland than sticky toffee pudding. I'll wait. With vanilla ice cream and a warm toffee sauce. Would you go to this dinner, Tim?
If I did, I'd ask for the children's menu. Because it's usually like a hot dog or a corn dog and chicken strips.
Yes, I got and some.
Can we just have normal food sometimes?
I would love the Tim Allen Masters dinner of nachos with cheese sauce and jalapenos on it.
Yeah, it's just food. Just most people like what they know. They don't necessarily know what they like, but they like what they know. Just give it, at least have that option. What was the title on that shrimp stuff?
The rock shrimp tempura.
How about just fried shrimp?
I'm getting updates here. Foyer grass, what I pronounced is foie gras. So
see,
it's the Cudahy version of foie gras. Foyer grass.
Wow.
I'm sure people are screaming at me. As you can tell, I haven't had any of that.
I just wonder if at some of these hoity-toity dinners, I just wonder if a lot of people think like us, and they would be in their mind saying, "Oh, it's a lovely dinner," or are they saying, "Man, just give me a burger and fries and be fine with me"? It's not that impressive. Now, again, I like my food. Don't get me wrong. I do, but I most times play it safe. For example, you know this. I was concerned about that burrito in Phoenix.
Yes.
And sure as shooting. Bellyache City, burrito belly.
I mean, you were laying in the car and the sun is just perfectly on your face, but you needed to lay down at the same time. I mean, you were going through it, and the only thing that no Prilosec or cigarette beforehand either.
Oh, man, that hurt. Oh man, that hurt. And so you try to take the Prilosec after burrito? No, burrito belly. And then, you're waiting for nature to take its course, but it's just not brewed up right yet. And
well,
so Yeah. What do you think the crew will get to eat at Potawatomi today?
Tim, we are on the same page, because how about chicken wings with flavors like Insane Hot, Nashville Hot, Original Buffalo, Caribbean Jerk, Lemon Pepper, Parm Garlic, or Maple Bourbon
Nashville
Barbecue?
Hot.
There's a 2-piece, a 4-piece if you're really hungry, you want to share it along, an 8-piece chicken dinner with pressure fried chicken, a choice of a spicy breading, or served with waffle fries, mashed potatoes and gravy, buttermilk coleslaw, or biscuits. We were talking about coleslaw.
Normal food.
I was on the exact same page as you here. They got the cheeseburger with lettuce, tomato, onion, choice of cheese.
See, normal food.
You can even add on a fried egg. No, none of that for Tim. I got it. Kitchen queso, avocado, jalapenos, fried onion straw. There's beer braised onions, bacon, a patty melt, the firecracker burger. That's what I like over there. The Cajun seasoning, bacon, pepper jack cheese, coleslaw, chipotle ranch on a grilled bun. Just like, if we're going to go for it, go all the way.
But you see how that litany of lists started with normal food.
Yes,
then if you want to fancy it up a little bit later on in your description, okay, I'm all for it. But start with the normal food. That at Potawatomi Sportsbook and Potawatomi Hotel Casino today. So I'm going to go with Sparky's going to get something super, super simple, like a grilled cheese or something.
Well, I'm also wondering if, because he'll be there in attendance, if John is required to get the John Coon dog, a half-pound of Vienna beef hot dog topped with bison chili, cheddar cheese, kimchi, fresh jalapenos, on a pretzel bun on top of it.
That does sound good.
John Coon dog as well. All of this stuff available over at the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Sportsbook dining as well. For dessert, Tim, are you potato chip brownie, which is just a fudge brownie with the peanut butter ganache center, a cookie skillet, which is your traditional cookie in a skillet, great mini donuts, that's the name, great mini donuts, or the Big Dog Sundae with vanilla ice cream, banana, hot fudge, pecans, vanilla wafers, whipped cream, maraschino cherries, and sprinkles.
Well, I'm going with the last two that you said. I will make some adjustments. I will call some audibles on that Sunday. No nuts and no bananas, and we got a deal.
Okay.
The donuts, you can never go wrong with donuts.
Would you mini donut in the ice cream?
Maybe.
Okay. If they're hot, if they're a little warm, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'd give that a try. Mitch Nellis, what do you think he's going to get?
The whole menu. Everything we just read. Mitch Nellis will try every single one of these items that is available if he is allowed to. I promise you.
Whatever your grandmother is eating today is what Rami will get today.
Where's the liver and onions on this
right,
menu?
And then a salad. You'll get the salad.
There,
and
plenty of soups and salads there too.
I traveled. Rami and I went out to Phoenix for spring training one year. Well, a bunch of years, but one of the years he brought some snacks for the plane. It was like he was a 79-year-old woman. He had little zippy bags and he had little tchotchkes here and there and
veggie straws
here.
and Werther's.
Yes, and Chex Mix here. And he had all sorts of things.
Hey, I used to knock people, and then Grandpa napkins came in handy. So if I ever need a snack, I'm going to ask Rami if he's got anything at this point.
Coon with the Coon dog, Mitch Nellis with everything, Sparky with a grilled cheese, and Rami with your grandma's menu. That's perfect at Potawatomi today.
A lot of great stuff over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Remember, if you guys want, head on down there today, because the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network going to be down there all day today. With starting at 9 a.m. They're already there, I'm sure, just finishing up, setting up over there.
Yeah.
But 20 minutes away, you're going to get 9 to noon with Rami Makloff and John Coon both down there. Then it's the Mason Crosby Show. Mitch Thunder Nellis will be down there watching the games and broadcasting live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. And then Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from 2 to 5 on Wisconsin Sports Daily. Tim, it's dangerous. They just left all us producers in charge of the building over here. So it's me, Charlie, and Snide quite literally running ship today.
Yeah, that is risky.
Nothing could go wrong, I'm sure.
Just you know what? Enjoy the games, and then just poke and hope on that soundboard. Just poke fingers and just hope you're hitting the right button.
You know, the mixer board is one of the, I think I don't want to like downplay what I do, but it looks way more intimidating than it actually is.
It's a misnomer that, it's very confusing. If you were to, I mean, we're on video here, so if you want to, I don't know if your shot captures.
I can get it down, I think, for the most part. Yeah.
So those of you watching, you take a look at that board there. I'll just say this: 80% of what you're seeing on that board does nothing.
No, there's so many buttons on here where you're just thinking, am I ever going to have to push that ever in my life? Because I don't even know what maybe some of these top ones do up here. I don't know if I should say that on air, but
and you're in the industry. You don't know.
Like,
right.
Have you ever used the meter options on this board? Have you ever used that button? Don't say you have, you liar. If you have, never once.
Not one time.
But if we need to adjust the meters, we can at any point. And pan and mode. Pan and mode, not pan mode, pan and mode.
Pan and mode.
You didn't even know that was a button. We should do a multiple.
Pan.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. Yes.
And mode at the end of any of this could make sense.
Could.
But there is an ampersand, as in an and sign. Pan and mode. What does that button do?
Mode. I think that was our morning show in Tuscaloosa. Pan and mode in the morning.
It's just, great. Well, coming up again, 9 to noon. That'll be on after us. I don't know if we have any crosstalk. I assume we won't. We'll fill you in all the way through till 9 o'clock. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports. No Trevor Thomas, no Josh Albrecht, Tim Allen and Tommy Wirtz in for the boys. They'll be back next week, I'm sure. Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Inside Wisconsin sports, no Trevor Thomas, no Josh Albrecht, but Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz, Bohemian Rhapsody. Maybe one of them. Where is that in the most recognizable songs of all time?
It's up there,
right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe the most overplayed too.
No, I don't know.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I like groups and drunken chants of that song.
Yeah. Right.
Some karaoke.
Oh, okay, but it's kind of a long song to do karaoke too.
Very long.
That's I don't know. We'll ask Rami Makloff, who is at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, getting ready for 9 to noon. Rami, how you doing, boss?
Great. It's going to be awesome out here today, boys. When I hear Bohemian Rhapsody, I think of Wayne's World. That's where my mind goes right away.
Okay,
you're right.
That scene is legendary, dude.
Rami, your go-to karaoke song?
I got a few. You know, it's a really good one to do when you've had a night with the boys and you can get up there and do it as a group. If they have multiple microphones, is Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Oh, interesting. That was like not what I was expecting you to say at all. But yeah, I'm a fan of that one.
Or me and the wife will do what's that song that Kanye West does with the female vocalist?
Wow, that limits it down very much for us here. You know, I remember Tim just telling me about how he watched the last Kanye concert in Mexico City. Tim, you remember this
toddy,
one?
hot water, hot shower.
That's Chance.
What?
Wait,
so
this is
Did
what
Tim
we
just
learned.
have a stroke on the air? What just happened there?
So I learned this in the parking lot or in the drive-thru of a McDonald's at 2:30 in the afternoon, getting Tim his 10th cup of coffee for the day. and we are sitting, it is 85 degrees in Arizona, waiting to go order next. And Tim just goes, hot damn hot water, hot shower. And I just out of nowhere
by the hour.
Oh, that's isn't that a Chance the Rapper song?
It's hot
Sure
shower,
is.
Chance
My
the
man.
Rapper. And I was like, you know that song, Tim? I could not
course I
believe
do.
it. And he's like, oh, it's one of my favorites. We learned it last time I came to
It's a
Arizona.
good song.
That
And
is a good song.
So then I naturally, that's when I decided to hook up the CarPlay to the car 5 days into this trip, as opposed to listening to the random country radio we were listening to all week. And then we made a video of Tim singing Hot Shower by Chance the Rapper for a little bit.
Nice.
That was pretty good. Rami, you're over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. March Madness kicking off today. Where do you rank this as far as sports days and, professional sports?
See, I love the first day of the NCAA tournament. I do, and I'm really glad that we're going to be out here. John and I are probably going to hang out afterwards and watch the Badgers game and eat some food and maybe throw back a beer or two. The first day of the NCAA tournament is one of the best days in sports. As far as where the tournament as a whole ranks for me, I'm just not the biggest college basketball guy. So for me, it's behind the Super Bowl, it's behind the World Series, it's behind the NBA playoffs. So fourth. Probably somewhere down there. But today is
above the NFL
day.
Combine.
You know how much I love the Combine, Tim. You know how much I love watching guys getting marched through an empty stadium like cattle in their underwear and measured and all the terms that get thrown around. You and I always have fun with the terms, the low floor, high ceiling guys.
This kid's got a great wingspan.
Vertical threats. Yeah.
This kid's twitchy. He's got these twitchy. I love twitchy guys. You know what I mean?
So it is above certain sporting events. And it's just, I think there's a lot of energy around today. And I'm not going to discount how some Tommy, that, this is their Christmas. This is their
I just
thing.
found it. That song I was talking about is Kanye West and Estelle, and it's called American Boy.
There you go.
If you got a lady and you want to do some karaoke together, you want to spit some bars and let her sing some tunes, that's the one right there, boy.
But this today for a lot of people, this is their thing. They've been getting together with buddies for many, many years. They've been doing it the same way. And, a lot of people will travel to Vegas. A lot of people will go to the Potawatomi Sportsbook. A lot of people will hook up and we take the day off and we do this, that, and the other thing. It's a big thing for a lot of people.
I used to take the day off from work every year before I started working in sports
Every
talk
Monday.
radio.
What are you talking about?
No, I used to take the first day of the tournament off every year, and I'd go get myself a sandwich from my favorite local sandwich spot, and sit down and just take in all the games. It's a great day for sports, man, and you would be shocked. Like, it's at least 2 hours before any games tip off in this thing. And this sports book is already filling up. Like, I pulled in, we've been here a couple times since we started doing this show. And when I pull into the parking lot at, 8 a.m. on a weekday, there aren't a lot of people out at Potawatomi just yet. I pulled in today and parking lot was filled up already. Boy, I'm not trying to snitch on anybody, but I parked right next to a parking enforcement vehicle. Like, I'm pretty sure that guy's not supposed to be here. You know what I mean? He's probably on the clock and supposed to be like writing up tickets or something right now. But I'm glad he's here instead. I'm happy. Whoever that
running
dude is,
in, playing a quick parlay or two.
Rami, let me know if you ever want to work the morning show. If you ever need to take more days off. All right, sounds good. There too.
No, I'm good.
Well, I'm just saying, because then you could take a day off as much as you want during that time. What do you got coming up, Rami, real quick?
Oh, it's a jam-packed show. Obviously, we'll be talking about the NCAA tournament and following all that action. We got the Giannis news from yesterday. We got to discuss. We got Vinny Rattino joining us to talk some Brewers at 9:25. Trey Crosby from the Cream City Crossover Pod will talk some Bucks, and obviously about that latest Giannis story at 11 o'clock and much more on the show.
Well, have a blast. Say hi to all the boys down there for us. The producers holding down the fort today. Thanks, Rom.
Thank you, boys.
There he is, Rami Makloff. Tim, let's do it again tomorrow, my man.
You got it. Tomorrow morning, bright and early.
6 to 9, Inside Wisconsin Sports. Head on down to the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Catch up with Rami Makloff, John Kuhn, Mitch Nellis, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer from 9 to 5 over at the Annex. This has been Inside Wisconsin Sports. Tim Allen, Tommy Wirtz from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, studios powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.